Okay, let's see if we get it to show now.
Okay, I can see your desktop. I can see your back office.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so what I want to start with a little introduction, because I think a lot of people have the confusion that Karat Bars is predominantly a company that trades in physical gold, in bullion, 24 karat, the purest kind of gold that you get. And a lot of people are making the confusion with KBC and with the company, as well as with other cryptocurrencies, that, you know, the reality is that, let's go back to the beginning a bit. President Nixon, we all know, took the US dollar off the gold standard. And since then, it's been possible for the US government to get new dollars from the Federal Reserve by just signing a loan, signing an IOU basically. And that has led to a situation where the US government now owes in excess of $23 trillion. And there's just no ways that it's ever going to be possible for the US to repay that debt. And that problem is spread all over the world. All the countries in the world owe each other money. They are all in so much debt that debt can never be repaid. And we all know Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's recently released a book called Fake, and I really encourage all of you to go and get a copy of that book and read it, because in there he specifically talks about money being fake and how we face in the next 5 or 6 years. He's saying by 2025 that there will be a complete collapse of the US dollar. So Karat Bars' vision, Harold Size's vision, is to put a payment system in the world that is ready to come in and replace the current money system as we know it when that collapses. So at the outset, the point I want to make is that Karat Bars is not really interested in people changing fiat currency, dollars, rands, euros, into gold or into the cryptocurrencies that they've created, into KBC and KCB. Karat Bars is not really interested in making it possible to go back to the old system. They're trying to teach the world about a new, better system, and it's a long-term vision. It's not an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. So I want to just start with that as an introduction, so that as I explain to you how the system works that Karat Bars have put together, that it's all really about moving your money from the fiat world being rands, dollars, and euros, the money that we use, that we're currently familiar with and what we use. But the problem is that money is essentially backed up by debt, and there's real concerns about the future of that money. And we all need to be thinking specifically about how we're going to protect ourselves against the collapse of money. And Karat Bars is really the very best, most amazing solution that I've seen that prepares us and protects us against the potential collapse of money, which could happen as soon as in the next 5 years. So that's just where I wanted to start. And as we all know, Karat Bars, so we're in my back office here, and I just wanted to start at the beginning. And you know, the first thing anyone that comes into Karat Bars should learn is how to buy physical gold, and you should do it as often as possible, at least monthly, but if you can, it should be weekly. Buy yourself a gram of gold. And the Karat Pay Cash Gold, which you find under Cash Gold, you go to Karat Pay Cash Gold, and in here you can buy the future currency of the world, I want to call it, which is physical gold. And this is part of the whole Karat Bars universe that Harold Size is creating. So just to get, and we're going to get very quickly into Karatbit and into the 4th of July, so don't be worried about where I'm going with this. But essentially, the starting point is to accumulate physical gold. And this is the starting point. You go into karatbars.com and you accumulate gold every week or every month. You should be logging into your back office and converting your rands into physical gold, a small portion. Create that habit. So come in and buy 1 gram. If you can't buy 1 gram, buy 0.1 gram, which costs €4.71. And the power of gold is shown in what's happened in the gold price just in the last month. You know, it's just a month ago that 0.1 gram of cash gold was about €4.20. So we've seen a sharp increase in the gold price, which is amazing just before the 4th of July, when we all know that our KBC coins, the backing of those coins and the KCB, because they're going to merge later into the gold standard coin, the backing of those coins is physical gold, which has seen a sharp increase just in the last month. And that's amazingly good news. So the starting point is to buy gold. Then within the Carrot Bars website, if you've registered your Carrot Pay, if you haven't, I don't want to go into too much details. If we need to do a separate training on this, we can do it. But essentially, once you have cash gold, you can then go and convert that into, I'm just waiting for that to load. Seems my internet is, there we go. Okay, so in my wallet here, you can see I currently have, if that's showing on your screens, you should see that I have 8.7 grams of cash gold in my bank. Is that showing?
Yeah, it's showing. Yeah.
Okay, great. So then, as you can see, I can convert this into univols. Now, univols is the thing I'm here to teach you about tonight, because that's the Carrot Bars electronic version of physical gold. So if I go, and I will now just do it to show you, I can change a maximum of 8.7 grams. And when I do that, let's just let that go through. If you don't mind, I'm going to turn off the video so that I can get a bit more bandwidth here, because it's moving slowly. Let me just see where I'll do that. Okay. Okay, so essentially now I've loaded 8.7 grams of cash gold into my wallet, and what we then do with that cash gold, so I could now, anybody else in the Carrot Bars family that I want to send money to, I can transfer using Carrot Pay. I can send this gold because it's now loaded in my Carrot Pay wallet. I could send it to one of you. If I wanted to pay you guys the equivalent of 1 gram of gold, I can send that gold to you, and you will receive the gold on your side, and you can then unload the e-wallet into physical gold, which will be stored in the vault in Stuttgart. So this is what Carrot Bars created many years ago. Already 2 or 3 years ago, you could do this. So you could send someone who also had Carrot Pay, you could pay them in physical gold. And that's the vision of the company, is to get to a world where we're paying in physical gold. And I'm gonna keep coming back to that. But essentially, what I have now, maybe if you want to make a note, 0.1 gram of gold is equivalent to 1 univol. So 1 gram of gold equals 10 univols. Because now I'm going to move across to Carrotbit. So here we are in Carrotbit, and I'm sure you're all familiar with Carrotbit. If you're not, basically, if you have an account with Carrot Bars already, you can simply go to carrotbit.com. There's the address up there, carrotbit.com, and when you click on login, you get a Carrot Bars logo. It says if you already have a Carrot Bars account, you can log in using your Carrot Bars details, and you can already log into your Carrotbit account. Now, Carrotbit is the cryptocurrency exchange that Carrot Bars created for themselves. So for those of you that own KBC and that are planning, I'm going to suggest to you tonight that I don't think it's a very good idea to convert your KBC to gold. But for those of you that are planning to do that, I know everyone is aiming for that. Essentially, you'll see at the bottom here we have univols, okay, and basically that 8.3 grams of gold that I just converted into univols, if I wanted to, I can now deposit that. I could put in here that I want to load 83 univols. Sorry, it's not. So I'm not going to go ahead. I'm just trying to show you the flow. But basically what I could do here now is load 83 univols into Carrotbit. If I go and deposit the univols, it will ask me for my username and password, and those univols will then show up in my dashboard here. So what can I do with univols from here? So if I now had these 83 univols showing in my CaratBit exchange, I can click on exchange, and I could go and convert those univols. In this example, what's available to do with them in the exchange part of the website is I could go and change those into KCB. So let's do a little quick calculation on how that works. So for those of you sitting with cash gold, for me, it makes a lot of sense to go and convert that cash gold into KCB here. So for the purpose of the example, I'm going to change this to 10, because 10 is the equivalent of 1 gram of gold. Okay. Now, if we go into Google, which you can also do anytime, and you just Google the spot price of gold, you will see it gives you the price. So over here, it's showing me that the spot price of 1 gram of gold is currently $45. Okay, so immediately this 1 gram of gold that we can convert our 100 KBC into, the gold backing is a value of $45. So I hope that makes sense. And the gold price moves all the time. So you can go into Google anytime, just Google the spot price of gold, and you'll know what the gold price is. Now, we also know that KCB, the price of KCB is 14 cents. So if we take 14 cents and we multiply it, so it's telling me for 1 gram of gold, for 10 univols, I can get 533 KCB. So if we do that calculation, if you do that yourself now, 533 KCB multiplied by the 14 euro cents that the KCBs are selling at in the ICO, you get a price of 74 euros. So if I go to Google again and I say I want to convert euro to USD, it will give me the exchange rate of euros to USD, and if I fill in that 74.62, you'll see you're getting $84 worth of KCB. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I've just shown you 10 univols is the equivalent of 1 gram of gold, and 1 gram of gold in carat bars, let's go and check exactly what they're selling it for. So cash gold, you can buy the carat pay cash gold here. The price of 1 gram is exactly 47 euros. So, yeah. Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you can come here and buy 1 gram of gold for 47 euro and 10 cents. There will be a little bit of additional charges when you check out, as you know, with carat bars. You can then convert that 1 gram of gold into 10 univols by loading it into your CaratPay e-wallet. You can then deposit those univols onto the CaratBit exchange and immediately take that value in euros and change it into KCB, where you're getting a bonus and immediately increasing that value to 74 euros worth of KCB. So how amazing is that?